In this lesson, we're going to prototype a weather app. So we're going to start out by doing a little bit of UI design to give it a nice branded look. I want to make it for Foothill College, so I'm going to actually use a picture of Foothill. And what I'm going to do is duplicate that dark gray box there, and then I slid it over so you can see there's kind of one on top of the other. Pick my picture of Foothill College, and then I'm going to drop it on the back one, so you only see part of it because the top gray box is covering it. If I move it over, you can see more of the picture. So I'm going to slide the gray box back over to cover the whole thing. But I want it to be semi-transparent because it's going to just make the picture darker, which will make it easier to give me contrast when I put other elements on top. And then I'm going to use the red color because Foothill's branding is red. I want a nice dark one there. So I picked that from the fill color, and then I'm good to go. And I want to have the other two screens use the same background. So I'm going to delete the gray boxes on those screens, and I'm going to kind of drag select to get both of the boxes, the picture and the red transparent box. On the other one, copy it, then tap the title of the screen at the top and paste. And then I want to move it to the back, so I go over to my layers area and I drag those two layers all the way to the bottom of the screen. Yep. So now I have the same background on all three screens. At the top of the screen, I want to again bring my branding in. So I'm going to shift and click to select all three of those, tap the fill color, and I'm going to go get a brighter red, also the Foothill branding color, and use it in the top bar. Okay, now I'm going to work on the first screen. I'm going to pick the circle and I'm going to change its fill color to a gradient. So we're going to pop open the fill, and then at the top where it says solid, we're going to switch to linear. Okay, and that allows us to pick two colors to create a gradient. So I want the red, and then I'm going to have it basically blend down into a dark blue. So I'm going to pick the bottom color on the gradient line and choose a blue, make it nice and dark. And then you can see I have a gradient from dark red to dark blue. I actually want to make the red a little brighter so that it has more contrast and stands out against the background photograph. Okay, now I'm going to add some text in the box. I'm going to add some text in the circle. So I grab the text tool and draw a box. I'm going to type out the word today, and I need to make that a lot bigger. So I'm going to go over to my properties and change my size to 24. And then I'm going to draw another text box and put in a temperature number. So it's 80 degrees F. And I'm going to make that really big. So in my text property, I changed to 60. It's bigger than the box, so I'm going to grab the box and stretch it and make it fit, and then recenter the box. And you can see there's these extra helpful guidelines to help you align and center each element. Okay, I want to put another box below the circle to put the high and low for the day. So that's too big, so we're going to go back down to 24. As our font size, so we're going to use the high is 80 degrees and the low is 60 degrees. All right, now I'm going to copy the high-low thing there to get all the same formatting over on the next screen. So we're going to just copy it, and then we're going to tap the name of the next screen and paste, and it will drop it right into the same place. And then I'll move it up to the top of that vertical gray bar. I'm going to change the text formatting slightly, keep the same size and color, but I want to have it right aligned. I want to have right alignment so that it is all lined up against the gray bar. And then I'm going to option drag to create another box that's the same, and then change the text inside there to be 2 p.m. and 82 degrees. And then I'll option drag that, and if you go slow, you'll see that you get the spacing uniform. And then you can just Command or Control D to get a whole bunch of these evenly spaced text boxes. And then I went in and changed them all to have different times and temperatures to reflect what really happens during the day. But it's a bit shorter than the gray bar, so I'm going to select all of them and then grab the bottom of the selection box and stretch them out so they're still equally spaced. But now they go from the top to the bottom of the gray bar. And I'm going to change the gray bar to be on brand, so I want to use the blue color to fill that. And then I also want to sort of duplicate it, so I'm going to Option drag and make another one and then make it a little shorter. And this one we're going to give a gray or blue color to differentiate it. And so I will take my text box that says now and Option drag it over to the other side of the blue bar and change the words and the alignment. So now I want left alignment so that it's lined up against the blue bar. So the bright blue is for clear and the grayish blue is for cloudy. All right, now we're going to move to the third screen, and here we're going to use some little weather icons. If you want some weather icons, there's a link in the description that you can click to download a Figma file full of weather icons. All right, but I copied over my text box the same way and then changed it to be Monday, and then I'm just going to drag down my cloudy icon and put it on top of Monday, and then I want to change the gray bar again, and I'm going to use the gradient, and I'm going to go from blue on the left-hand side to red on the right-hand side. Okay, so blue is kind of signifying it's cooler, and the red is warmer, so it's from the low to the high on Monday. And I'm going to Option or Alt drag Monday over right on top of the bar and change it to the low temperature of the day, which is 68. And then Option drag that again to the right-hand side of the bar and change it to be the high temperature of the day, 82. All right, so there's 7 days a week, so we want to make 7 copies of this whole thing. So we're going to shift click the cloudy, the Monday, the 2 temperatures, and the gradient bar. And then we will use our drag technique to spread them out and Command D to duplicate them. And then we'll just go in and change the information for each day. So now I have each day of the week, and I also changed the icons and the temperatures. Now that I have the screens designed and everything's laid out, I'm ready to prototype. So tap Prototype in the upper right-hand corner, and I'm going to link the first screen to the second, and I'm going to switch the animation to slide in, and then pick the direction is pointing to the left. Then I'll do the same thing to link the second screen to the third screen and leave the settings the way they are. Then I'm going to take the third screen and link it back to the first one. If we click play, now when we tap our first screen, the second screen slides in, and we tap the third screen slides in. And if we tap that, we will slide back to the beginning.